Up to the 30, the 20, 10, 5. Torrey Horton back to the end zone.
48-yard play. Guess who? Body up the middle, making another move to the outside. 15, 10, end zone again.
Keeps it. Nice move by Brown. He's got space. He's got 6. 35-yard touchdown for Byron Brown. A record-setting night for the South Florida quarterback.
Down so far, a little bit of a high snap. Genty right up the middle. Genty has room. Ashton Genty, give him 6.
Second and long. Lagar tries to fit it in. Ramos, it does. Ramos stays up. The Suns offense 4-3 wins. Incredible effort for Ramos.
The G5 Hive. All G5, all the time.
Welcome to the G5 Hive Live, and we are excited to bring you the G5 college football coverage you love each and every week. I am Justice. Luke is having some technical difficulties. Hopefully, he will be able to join us here momentarily. While Luke's working on his issues, we hit a special milestone this past week. We had 1,000 followers on X. So we want to thank everyone for all their support. We can't thank you enough for that. And if you're not following us on X, please go follow us on X. If you're not subscribed to our YouTube, please subscribe to our YouTube. And if you're watching us on YouTube, please hit that like and subscribe button. If you're watching on X, please give us a follow, a like, and a retweet. And if you're listening in podcast form, please rate and review. Also, don't forget the G5 Hive merchandise store is now live. The link is in the YouTube video comments, and it is also here on the bottom of your screen on YouTube.
All right, our G5 Conference Championship race update. Walk us through it, Justice.
We'll start off with the American. This one's locked in regardless of what happens this week. You're going to have currently ranked number 25 in the AP poll, Army, versus number 18, Tulane. What I don't know is who hosts. I believe Tulane hosts, but I'm not 100% on that. But yeah, should be a good game, Army and Tulane. Again, if you're a fan of the G5, you want Tulane to win this week versus Memphis, and you want them to win the ACC championship game to get it ranked as high as possible and possibly jump that Big 12 winner. We'll do a full preview of these championship games next week. This week, we just kind of want to tell you where things sit and what has to happen for teams to make it to the championship. For the American, it's locked in, Army versus Tulane. Next up, Conference USA. One school is already locked in, and that is Jacksonville State. Regardless of what happens this week, Jacksonville State is locked in to that Conference USA championship game. And then we have a battle between 3 teams: Liberty, Western Kentucky, and Sam Houston. The Conference, got to give kudos to the Conference USA schedule makers. They did a dynamite job the last 2 weeks because these 4 teams all played each other the last 4 weeks. And so just kind of like a mini playoff, if you will, to get into the CUSA championship. So Jacksonville State's locked in. Liberty. What does Liberty have to do? Liberty has to beat Sam Houston. Liberty beats Sam Houston, they're in because they beat Western Kentucky and Sam Houston. They would have any tiebreakers over both of those teams. For Sam Houston to get into the championship game, first of all, they have to obviously beat Liberty, and then they need Jacksonville State to beat Western Kentucky. So Sam Houston doesn't really control their own destiny. They have to win, and then they need help, Jacksonville State, to beat Western Kentucky. Western Kentucky to get in, they have to beat Jacksonville State, and then they need Sam Houston to beat Liberty. So, it'll be interesting to kind of see what happens this week with Jacksonville State. I gotta imagine that they want to win, right? But I don't know. Like, you think Jacksonville State has a preference on who they play? I don't know, but they are a key decider in who they do play. I think Jacksonville State just wants to go crush everybody. So I don't think they really care who they play. I expect them to come out and romp Western Kentucky this week, and then let the Liberty Sam Houston game decide who else is going to join them.
You know what they want? They want to play fast. They want to get 25 first downs. That's all that Jacksonville State is concerned about, in my opinion.
Are they undefeated when they get 25 first downs?
That's just what Coach Rich Rod that's what he shoots for. He's like, you put yourself in a. I'm sure there's some sort of analytics around it, but 25 first downs is kind of that magic number that he shoots for.
Who do you think's going to get in? I mean, my gut tells me Jacksonville State's going to beat Western Kentucky, and so that eliminates them right from the get-go. So it comes down to who wins between Liberty and Sam Houston.
Give me the Bearcats. I really don't think I just think that defense for Sam Houston is playing so strong, that and Liberty's just been so up and down. I just think Sam Houston gets this win. Obviously,
I think it's going to be a tight game. I think it'll be a close game.
It's good. They haven't been able to throw the ball well lately. Hunter Watson missed a couple throws. Again, their special team is going to have to be a lot better. But I just think that they're just going to run the ball the whole time. And honestly, because Liberty, when they've had success, it's Quentin Cooley on the ground and running. But Sam Houston, I feel like, has got a defense that can stop them. And I don't feel comfortable that Liberty can stop the running attack for Sam Houston. So I lean Sam Houston.
All right, MAC championship. No one is locked in yet, but one thing, there is a game, and we'll talk about it. We'll get into it in more detail later. That the teams control their own destiny. The winner of the Miami, Ohio, and Bowling Green game is in. 100%. Whoever wins that game, they are in the championship. Ohio, if they win, they are in this game. Buffalo still has an opportunity. They have to win. They need Ohio to lose and Miami to lose.
Which I think Ohio could lose if Buffalo wins.
They're not playing each other, I don't think.
No, they don't play each other. I just think that's a possibility. I think that's a high possibility.
So Buffalo has to win. Ohio loses, Miami loses, and Buffalo is in. Now, Bowling Green can still get in if they lose. If Bowling Green loses, it would need Ohio to lose and Buffalo to lose, and they are in. And so, it's the wild MAC that we know to love. But the Miami versus Bowling Green game, for sure, we know whoever that is going to get in. My gut tells me it's going to be the winner of the Miami Bowling Green game, and Ohio is who I would predict will be in the MAC championship.
So we'll get to it later, but Ohio plays against Ball State, and Ball State's just been this tricky team. They're really good, and depending on which Ohio quarterback Parker Navarro shows up, Ball State is this just pesky team. Granted, it's at Ohio, so you like Ohio there, but just Ball State just does. I just feel like they could be a spoiler, and I think that they could upset Ohio. But Ball State's also just been this team that's up and down, depending on how they'll have their line of scrimmage. You get to work the first half, and then they crush it the second half, or they crush it the first half and get worked the second half. They're just kind of all over. Miami, Ohio plays at Bowling Green. That'll be a good game either way.
All right, Mountain West Championship. Locked in is number 11, Boise State. The contenders are number 21, UNLV, and Colorado State. This one's really simple. UNLV wins and they're in. Colorado State would need to win and for UNLV to lose in order to make it in. UNLV and Colorado State did not play in the regular season. But the tiebreaker, because there's no head-to-head in this case, goes to whoever is ranked higher. Obviously, UNLV is ranked. Colorado State is not. think it's a safe assumption if UNLV wins, they will stay ranked, even if Colorado State wins as well. And so UNLV wins, and they should be in. Colorado State, after the loss at Fresno, no longer really controls their own destiny. Again, for me, it's going to be Boise and UNLV. I don't see UNLV letting this opportunity pass them by. I love it from a Mountain West Championship game perspective. This is Boise State versus UNLV. I look forward to that rematch. We talked about it when it happened after game one. See what kind of adjustments UNLV would make against that Boise State pass rush. But for the greater good of the G5, I'm rooting for Boise State to go undefeated and stay ranked higher than the Big 12 team and get that bye. Moving over to the Sun Belt, this one is probably the most convoluted of them all. You got two
divisions.
Well, it's not just divisions. I mean, the Sun Belt, they're all pretty good teams. There aren't any really crappy teams. Maybe you could say Southern Miss, but short of Southern Miss, there aren't really any terrible teams in the Sun Belt. But there are two leaders. In the Sun Belt West, Louisiana, they win and they're in. It's as simple as that for them. For South Alabama to win the Sun Belt West, they have to win, and Louisiana loses, and then South Alabama would win the Sun Belt West. On the East side, again, pretty simple. Marshall wins, and they are in. They're the Sun Belt East champions. Georgia Southern would have to win, and then they need a Marshall to lose, and they're in because then they'd all be tied, and Georgia Southern beat both Marshall and JMU. They would have the tiebreaker. JMU got probably the hardest path to get in my opinion. They have to have Marshall lose, Georgia Southern lose, and they have to win. They control a lot of that because they play Marshall, so they have to beat Marshall, and then they have to hope Georgia Southern loses in order for JMU to get in. But I don't know. I'm going to go with Marshall and Louisiana. And I realized I just misspoke. JMU can't get in. They got 3 conference losses, so even if they win, they can't get in. So. I messed that up. Yeah. They have 3 conference losses. Georgia Southern can get the 3 of the loss, but Marshall still would only have 2. So yeah.
It's really just Georgia Southern and Marshall.
It's really Georgia Southern and Marshall.
Gotcha. All right, guys. Make sure if you're watching us on YouTube, please hit that like and subscribe button. And if you are watching us on X, please give us a follow, a like, a retweet. If you're listening to us in podcast form, please rate and review. That's going to do it for us tonight. We're not going to do usually we do some fantasy football stuff at the end. If you want some names, go ahead DM us. We've got a couple. I've got a Fan Tracks article that will come out Thursday. I wait till after the waiver wire's gone to see what's still out there, because there are going to be plenty of names still out there if you need them. But
come back and join us next week. We'll go over what happened in week 14, and then we'll get you ready for those conference championship games.
Yep, and then we'll bring you up to date on all the latest news and happening in the world of G5 college football. Again, if you're watching us on YouTube, please hit that like and subscribe button. If you're watching us on X, please give us a retweet, a like, and a follow. And if you're listening to us on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, please subscribe and leave those 5-star ratings. Thank you all for your support. Until next week, we are the G5 Hive.